Welcome to Mystic Moons. I have a lot in my mouth, so my words may appear a little garbled. I'm also getting over a cold. I think I'm on the tail end of it. I was sick for 2 weeks with the flu so far. I felt for talking I could use a throat lozenge soon. I got these. I can say that these are definitely not that tasty. I think that liquid center part is what ruins it. But anyway. It has something that does soothe the throat to an extent. And I am happy for that. This is a reading for Taurus. Taurus, I just realized it's light enough to go and let a little light in. But it's chilly outside. It's chilly and it's raining. I don't know yet if it's going to clear up or if it's going to rain all day. I think I heard that Friday it was going to rain all day. How unfortunate. Taurus, I'm here to do your May love reading. This is a reading for Taurus Sun, Taurus Moons, Taurus Risings, Taurus Venus, Taurus 7th house. And that's about it. Of course, if you also feel particularly strong Taurasian energy, you're more than welcome to watch this. Taurus, if you're a subscriber to Mystic Moons, thank you so much for being part of the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. This reading will be divided. Well, I'll see how much energy I have for it, but typically there's 13 readings in one. First reading is going to be a general reading on love that will take about 20 minutes on average. And the second part will be the 12 sign zodiac breakdown. It'll be your affinity with all 12 zodiacs, including Taurus, how they are towards you, specifically the heart chakra energy towards you. If you want to visualize it in a color, Taurus, think pink. The color of affection, care, empathy, which may or may not be flavored by romance or friendship. That part of the reading, Taurus, could be someone who you know, or it could be someone who you have yet to meet. Taurus, I see I get a like. Thank you so much. For these readings, I do ask if you'd like me to do it for next month. I do ask that you give me a like, because these readings take about an hour to maybe an hour and a half, depending. But you take a little bit of time. And I don't get paid for this. My channel is not monetized. So that's like 15 hours of my time on love readings that have really no connection to me, right? I don't get any benefit out of it whatsoever. This is my donation, my gift to the collective. And it's a significant hunk of time as opposed to, a general reading just being 20 minutes. I do invite you, Taurus, to cross-watch if you're interested. I have all the other signs up so far except Gemini. Gemini will be coming up, provided nothing. I still have time on my end. Because Gemini did give me a like from the time before. Or should I say they gave me likes? I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Oh yes, Taurus, I won't be time stamping this. So you'll have to jump along with your mouse to find what you're interested in. Cat just knocked over a bunch of things. Nothing that's breakable. Taurus, you know, someone gifted me these incenses from Blackbird. Trying to think, where does it say Blackbird? Well, it's called Blackbird. There we go. And these incenses are really, really something. I'm surprised. Hello, Anon. Nice to meet you. So, Anon, did you read my title? You send a bit of love through Cash App or buy me a coffee. I'll be more than happy. Well, probably buy me a coffee in your case. Buy me a coffee works all over the world. And my channel isn't monetized. And I put a lot of time out into the collective readings. My policy here at Mystic Moons is that with all the collective readings I do, that if you want me to pull for you, which only benefits one person, in order to show respect for my time and my energy for you, I ask for a donation. So I'm more than happy to pull for anyone at any time, but I do request that you show respect and appreciation for my time with a donation. Otherwise, I invite you to sit back and enjoy the collective reading. But Mystic Moons doesn't give free personal readings. There's plenty of other people that do that. I'm not one of them. So let's continue. We'll start with the readings now. And of course, if anybody has any personal questions that you'd like me to ask for you, just send a little love through Cash App or buy me a coffee. Any amount is appreciated because, as I said, my channel isn't monetized and I do depend upon viewer support. All right. Went swish, swish, whoosh. So yeah, we'll go and start the May love readings. Let's see, May love for Taurus. I have Five of Cups with Four of Cups, bottom of the deck energy. Taurus, someone is overthinking things too much, overthinking the past. Someone stuck in past, present energy. Far too much. Now, could this be you, Taurus? Could this be someone close to you, Taurus? Could this be someone who you previously dealt with, Taurus? Well, what I know, Taurus, just by looking at 4 of Cups and 5 of Cups, these are Cancerian and Scorpio energies. Perhaps, Taurus, this person has significant Cancerian or Scorpio placements in their chart. Do you? Do you have, let's say, besides, let's say, Sun, Moon, Rising, you could also have these Scorpio or Cancerian placements in your Mercury or in your house of communication. You could also have these placements in your Venus or in your 7th house. Or the person who's in this energy, Taurus, they could have these placements in their Mercury, house of communication, or Venus and 7th house energies. So that's something to think about, Taurus. Does that resound with yourself? Does that resound with someone who you know? Of course, you'd have to know them pretty well to know their time of birth. But you could definitely find out what their Mercury is and what their Venus is. Yeah. Also, too, Taurus, let me go and say, isn't for some signs, isn't Scorpio, I forgot the term for it, but the 6 degrees away, like so-called the perfect foil, the perfect match, isn't that Taurus and Scorpio? Just saying that as well with the Scorpio energy coming out. And of course, Scorpio energy is repeated here with death. But yeah, Taurus, first of all, the first message I get, someone is overthinking the past too much. Obviously, it left a big impact. There was a lot of hope, a new experience, a new feeling that was never felt before, but ultimately it didn't turn out that well. So I guess if I was going to say even more signs, Taurus, Moon, I read between Pisces and Cancer. But then we have Cancerian sort of stronger. We have Aquarius, and then, of course, Scorpio. Primarily Cancerian, Scorpio, and some Aquarius. 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups gets 8 of Cups. Two of Swords. And I want that card, felt like 2 in the Tower. Taurus. I have the energy here of somebody who was perfectly able to go, or someone who you saw, someone who you would have liked to either acted towards you in this energy, someone who saw you as their only one, essentially King of Cups, King of Pentacles. Someone who would wholeheartedly commit. This could also be you, Taurus, wanting to wholeheartedly commit to someone, and that just wasn't possible, Taurus. If you ask me, with Devil and Sun, there are other things at play. What was presented wasn't exactly true with this person or this situation. This person, Taurus, let me say, you probably realize this, could never act in this energy in the first place because the whole situation regarding them wasn't true. They weren't as they really presented themselves, Taurus. That was just a sham to make you believe or to get you into the energy that this person truly cared, and this person was ready to be a part of your life. King of Pentacles, King of Cups. Anyway, Taurus, so essentially a Five of Cups clarified by a Eight of Cups, Two of Swords, and the Tower is this harsh energy, Taurus. Taurus, I'm going to go and check out the Two of Swords and the Tower, because under Five of Cups, we already know someone is overthinking the situation. They're replaying the past events. Yes, they are distancing themselves. They're trying to distance themselves from this. They're trying to, but they're still replaying it in the past. They're walking forward, but they're still replaying. This is still sticking to their bottom of their shoes like dog poop. And each time they walk, each time this person, Taurus, tries to walk forward, you know, they're smelling something that just stinks and they can't shake it off yet. I'm curious about the Two of Swords and the Tower, because I'm curious how fixated is this Two of Swords, how stubborn is this Two of Swords, how rooted is this Two of Swords, or this Two of Swords is just blocking things out. And the Tower, what kind of resolve do we have here? What's building up? To me, those are the most interesting cards. Two of Swords. I have Temperance. I have Hierophant. I have self-respect, Taurus. That's what that Two of Swords is. Two of Swords walking away. Still, yet, as I said, there is some poop to your or someone's foot. And they're still smelling that as they're trying to move forward. They're still reminded of a stinky situation as they're trying to move forward. Two of Swords, though, is all about respect. Not settling. Chi-Chi. Hey, one moment, my cat is tearing something. Chi-Chi. No, come on. Who is that? He says it's purposely bad because I'm talking to empty space in front of me, when I could be talking to his fabulous cheapy-chee self. My cat likes to dance with me. It's really cute. He also back talks to me all the time. That's not so cute. Anyway, yeah, this Two of Swords is all about self-respect. You know, even if this person who created the situation, Taurus, came back to you, Taurus, in this energy, I don't think you'd accept it. You know, you've thought about the situation and accepted it. And especially Taurus, let me say, with Hierophant here being Taurasian energy. It's all about the new. You're waiting for the new, but you're still caught up in the past. But this Two of Swords is all about, although you're lingering on the past, although someone is lingering in the past, Taurus, I see you dedicated to new. Quiet. When one cat meows, another cat will meow. Oh, by the way, Taurus, the kitty meowing right now is a Taurus. Did I ever tell you, Taurus, 3 of my cats are Taurus cats? Oh, and Taurus, just speaking of Scorpio, my other cat that was doing the bad is a Scorpio. But yeah, I have 3 Taurus kitties. Quiet. Okay, the Tower. Tower gets 9 of Pentacles. Strength. Oh, very nice, Taurus. You know, it could be better. But as I mentioned, my channel is at best. No one is there donating to make for better. So But this is what I have. It is what it is. Taurus, that Queen of Cups is clarified by a Three of Wands, a Knight of Cups, and a King of Cups. I have someone waiting for their soulmate. And since I have that, I think, for this Five of Cups, I'm going to pull one more card, not to clarify the Five of Cups, but let's go and have a card to accompany that. Because I see that it's the end of a phase for you, Taurus. Chi-Chi. Shame. He was harassing my little girl. Well, not really harassing, but she doesn't like to be bothered in the first place. I wonder why this thing keeps on buzzing me. Maybe I'll just put the sound on. And that way it won't vibrate. I try and put all my devices on vibrate. I don't even know what that was. Chi-Chi. I may have to do cat intervention. Anyway, so the Six of Pentacles, by the way, is Taurus energy. And that Six of Pentacles is clarified by a Knight of Pentacles and the Star. Someone's approaching, Taurus. The energy is a little bit slow, but you've already reached the end phase of this person's energy being in your energy. Significant energy is Scorpio. I do have Pisces. I do have Scorpio. I do have Cancer. I have Virgo, Aries, Libra, and Leo. And Aquarius. And those are the signs I have. Another romantic person is coming. That person is coming, Taurus, in time. Not really particularly fast energy, but this person that's coming, Taurus, the one that I see coming for you, is someone who you've been waiting for under the tower. Your soulmate energy, Taurus. Something about my table dynamics does not work, Taurus. Chi-Chi. I have to go into cat pages. Hey. Chi. You're a good girl. quiet, everybody. So essentially, Taurus, that's what I have. I do hope it's not a Scorpio Taurus, because that was saying leave me alone was a Taurus, and the cat that was going after her was a Scorpio. Maybe, Taurus, you'll run into somebody with strong Scorpio energy. Maybe you have been running from somebody, Taurus, with strong Scorpio energy. Okay, quiet. Is there anything more I want to say? As I just got treated to my solo male Scorpio cat, trying to dominate my little female Taurus, and all the other Tauruses came to run out, prepared to gang up on my Scorpio kitty for harassing the Taurus matriarch. Anyway, that's what I see for you, Taurus. Someone's coming. That person is a soulmate. That person's going to arrive in a bit of time. I will say it's slow energy. Do I think it's slow as in years? No, I don't think it's slow as in years. Do I think it's slow as in weeks? Yes, I do think it's slow as in weeks. Could be a few months. Up to a few months. I'll say weeks to a few months. This energy is slow. 5 of Cups takes time to move out of it to a brighter energy. We have 10 of Swords. The end is already here. It's just that the end is a bit sluggish to move on. But the end will come. And in fact, it even feels like, too, when that end finally does reach its end, Taurus, even that won't really be like daybreak. Quiet. You're a bad boy. Yeah. So you get put in cubby. Bad boys get put in cubbies. So even this energy of 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles is not an energy that when that change happens, Taurus, it's going to be something like nighttime to daybreak. As I said, it's more gradual, not quite like a seed appearing out of the ground, but more like when a seedling, Taurus, has, their little baby leaves. I forgot what they're called, the scientific term. But then when they grow their true leaf, and that's kind of what's happening here, Taurus. Your true leaf is going to go and sprout. And when it does, Taurus, it's not going to be something that is particularly fireworks and a show. It'll be something more like a clear comprehension. Clearer comprehension. In fact, Taurus, I would say in this energy too, no doubt that as you go about your business, as you meet different types of people, Taurus, as you evaluate the people that are around you, Taurus, you probably have a very clear understanding, Taurus, about them based on what they say, what they do, what they want to do, and how they want to do it. So, Taurus, let's go on to the second part of the reading. Let's see, second part of the reading. That's the 12 sign zodiac breakdown. Taurus, if you're dealing with actually, I think I'm going to do and divide this video up into 2 parts. I see the 5 likes. Thank you. You will be on the agenda for the next round. I'm going to take a little bit of a break and I'll be back. I'll be back shortly within 7 o'clock, 7:30. Back within 10 minutes. Rather than keep it paused for, well, I guess I could keep it paused. But I could also create. Are you going to come up here a little more? She says, I did good. She did do good. She protected mommy. Because mommy is number 1 and I'm number 2. The girls are in the top positions and the boys are number 3 and number 4. Anyway, I'm going to take just a little break before I do the 12 sign zodiac breakdown. You don't have to eat the green parts. How will they sprout? She says, I don't care. I'm going to eat the green parts. Keep on trying to root these, but every time a bit of green comes up on them, she eats them. So I sort of given up on it. I was successfully for a time period getting those to root by water. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to go and just take a little bit of a break before I do the next part. You can go and enjoy watching her kind of stunt life of those azaleas that I'm trying to propagate. No, I'm back. I just took some more garlic. Raw garlic. With water. Not the most pleasant. Anyway, let's go and pick up this. I could wait till, I guess, 49 seconds, because then I could tell, or 49 minutes, that I could tell people that it starts at 49 minutes. So part 2. Actually, the garlic is pretty intense. I'm going to take a little longer break. A little longer break before I do part 2. Because I need to eat something for all that garlic I took. Okay. Let's go and begin the second part of the reading. The 12 sign zodiac breakdown. This is the pink energy between you. Well, the pink energy of how the other sign collectively regards you. It's not really between you, it's their energy towards you. Quiet chi. If you're curious about how your energy, your collective's energy towards another sign is, then I invite you to cross watch. Quiet. You can't shut a Siamese up. This could be someone who you know. You may or may not be in contact with them. But if they are in contact with you and you know them, you're thinking of them. They're on your mind. And if this is someone who could also be someone who you haven't met. This could be a friend or someone who grows to be a friend. This could be a love, a romantic interest. So, good morning, Shireen. How are you? Happy Friday. Nice to see you. Let's see, the element. Oh, I'm doing well. I just ate a clove and a half of raw garlic, so I had to take a little break in between that. I have some errands to do in about an hour, but I thought I'd go and do a reading before that. It's raining today. It's miserable, cold weather today, though. It's 50s and it's raining. I hope I don't catch a chill when I go outside again. So, garlic is antibacterial and antimicrobial, so it's a disinfectant. It boosts up your white blood cells. It basically is, if you want to get rid of a germ, you can eat the garlic cooked, of course, too, but the more closer it is to raw, the more you have whatever those garlicky qualities are that are fresh and stronger. That's the way to be, Shireen. Yeah, garlic is essentially a superfood. Like, there are some foods that you can eat and it provides, it basically is what the pharmaceuticals are trying to get, but especially for colds. So eating raw garlic, and I don't really necessarily like crunch it and actually eat it, but I just kind of bite off a piece and I swallow it, like a small piece. Or maybe I'll just like crunch it a little bit in my teeth and then I'll swallow it. I won't exactly eat it. But yeah, garlic is, it's basically something to go and boost your immune system. It will go and increase your white blood count. It will, it's a surefire way of healing yourself. It also cleanses your body of some other things that are going on too. Garlic is great cooked, but like I have a sensitive stomach too, so I can't really handle that much raw garlic. Same thing like with an onion. Like if I eat something with an onion, it needs to be really, really cooked. This is why I have a sensitive stomach. But you can increase your tolerance. Basically eat as much as you can of that raw garlic and then maybe go to sleep, eat something else on top of it to make sure that it's not in your raw stomach. Yeah, eat it if you feel sick. Like it's like basically the way that there are some things too that if you feel a cold coming on, you could take something like an abnormal amount of vitamin C. Like maybe they say take like 1,000 things of milligrams of vitamin C. And if you feel sick, you could take like 5,000, like 5 vitamin C pills. And if you feel really sick, you could take like 7 vitamin C pills. Yeah, the onions. I mean, I'm not a fan of onions. I think they're pretty. They're pretty plants. I do think they're pretty plants. I think they're pretty vegetables. I never like the taste of raw onions. I know some people use raw onions a lot. I think like cooked, it's kind of okay. I once followed this recipe for French onion soup when I was a teenager because that's all that I had in my fridge. I mean, I think that there was like food coming later in the day, but I was like, oh, I'm hungry now. And I actually have all the ingredients to make a French onion soup. And I made that soup and it was tasty and everybody ate it. But then when I ate it, because the onion qualities were so strong for my stomach, I ended up like all that stuff I couldn't keep down. Yeah. And also too, it's interesting, Shireen, about vitamin C. With vitamin C, they also have some sources of vitamin C that come from GMO sources, and then some vitamin Cs that come from non-GMO sources. So that's something too that I think with what you're saying about the two types of vitamin C's, that emergency I think is kind of a fraud. Someone gave me a whole bunch of emergency, and I mean I'm taking it, but I don't really like it. I think it's a fake vitamin C. Yeah, and that's another thing that's interesting too. When they talk about like the capsules, sometimes those gel capsules are there's something funky with the way that they contain those as well. I forget what it is because it's been so long since I paid attention to vitamins. Yes, you can. Well, what's your question? Yeah, so that was, I think that's why I stopped taking vitamin E. Before I used to take vitamin E and some other things, and then I think it was like, it was a gelatin, right? I mean, now I don't take that many vitamins. Well, you know what? There is one thing that I do take. I don't know if I have the container of it right now. I'm trying to think, it's not selenium. I take some really obscure type of vitamin. Okay, we'll do. There was some sort of vitamin I was taking, and I'll get the name of it. And I take that because sometimes I get this weird like fluid buildup in my joints. Sometimes I do. And it makes it hard to go and move around. Like I need to go and move around every day. I don't know if it's something like what exactly that is that causes it. Okay, so go and send what secrets are being kept hidden from you. We'll see. Okay, I'll go and look. I'll be back in 1 second. Yes, I have. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Send me another message, Irene, and we'll take a look. Just to let me know that you're here. And then I'll start the reading. What messages are being hidden from you? What secrets are being hidden from you? Okay. What secrets have been hidden from you? Let's go and find out. Should it be romantic or not? Well, let's see what comes out. Let's take it and see what comes out. Does that sound good? It could be romantic precisely if you want to, but if you want to see what comes out, okay. So, we're going to see what comes out. So with this, I'm going to put this into 3 piles and 4 piles. And let me just pull this back a little bit and get this all seen. What secrets are being hidden from you? What secrets are being hidden from you? What secrets are being hidden from you? And I'm actually going to pull out 8 cards. What secrets are being hidden from you? So I'm going to shuffle these up really quickly. I'll do one more. What secrets are being hidden from you? Interesting. What secrets are being hidden from you? And so I have 8 cards. I have a Knight of Wands. And I have a King of Pentacles, bottom of a deck energy. I have 10 of Swords. Someone's at the end of the road and yet planning for a new phase, planning for partnership, wondering how it will all come together. But I'd say that they spent enough time thinking and planning. Let's find out more about this end of the phase. Well, we already have somebody here. 10 of Swords is bottom of the deck energy. Yeah, it's the end of a phase. Also, too, let me say with 10 of Swords, end of indecision, or the end of a thought of a previously held thoughts, previously held beliefs coming to an end as well in Sword energy. But we have a Knight of Wands, a King of Pentacles. Someone's coming in committed energy. Someone's coming in forceful energy for committed towards you. So I'm going to say with this Defend card, this Defend card could be offensive, but it's also like the classic stereotype or the classic quality of male energy. Like much like Shireen, the to nurture is a classic positive feminine trait. When I created these cards, I had Defend as the foil, the not quite the opposite, but the pair to nurture and defend. The feminine energy nurtures, the male, the quality, the apex male energy ultimately defends. It protects. So tears of remorse. A couple things could be going on here. We'll pull for the other cards, but somebody who should have been in that, the highest quality of male energy that a male energy could provide, could share, could act into, could be, is to defend. And first of all, what's being hidden from you is somebody is really upset that they did not do that for you. They realize they could have done things differently. They realize of what they should have done. And they're kicking themselves over it quite intensely. This person did not defend. This person did not protect. This person did not act in good male energy. This person had the opportunity to do so. This person was in the position to do so. And this person realizes that as a man, he failed. He failed completely. All right, let's defend. Praiseworthy and new job. That's what it is right here. Because as I said, defend could be offensive energy, like literally fighting to defend yourself. But when I created this card is the pair to nurture. Nurture and defend. So when you see nurture come up there too, also keep in mind that that is not just to care and provide, but one of the highest qualities or the highest quality of feminine energy. What a woman, what a lady can provide, right? But yeah. So praiseworthy and new job. Secrets being held from you. What is being held from you? Now, new job is interesting, Shireen. Let me go and say, because when I get a new job, sometimes new job does mean literally a new job, and sometimes new job means a new role. A new role, just that, simply a new role. So this could be a new romantic role, it could be a new employment role, but somebody is coming to act in a new role. Oh, interesting. So something really delicious is coming for you. Let me go and say in this energy. Whether this is actually, okay, yeah, it could be work. It could be, well, it's definitely a new role for you, but it's great. You have good news coming. Secrets and my ego, excuse me, is too big to care. Well, that's quite loaded, isn't it? Secrets and my ego is too big to care. So I have in this energy so far, I don't have any other signs other than the fact that we have fire, we have earth, and then of course we have air with Gemini energy there. I kind of forget the other cards that were up there as I was pulling through the Ten of Swords. I read my Knight of Wands always really feel like Sagittarius energy to me. Just also saying that out there. But basically, I have fire and I have earth, which is also the passion to build. Let me say that as well. And willing to put the work out to it. That's the energy that's coming towards you. Very masculine energy, too. I will say that as well. And poor gossip. So, first of all, secrets that's being kept from you. Yeah, you have some things that are being kept from you. Someone definitely can't stop running their mouth. I do wonder if the things that they're saying are literally, shite, or if this person perhaps could be gossiping about finances. This person who's gossiping themselves could be poor. Either way, poor in spirit, poor in finances, poor in judgment, poor in personality. This person is definitely lacking. One moment. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I have for you. Now, the secrets and my ego is too big to care. I'm going to pull one tarot on that. You are having, with my secrets are too big to care, and secrets, there is a love offer coming your way as well. I would say this person is keeping it secretive from you. Probably my ego is too big to care in this energy is probably because there could be some sort of misalignment, or maybe there's a slight mismatch. Maybe people are saying, oh, this wouldn't work out, or don't bother. But this person is going to go for it anyway. Person with lots of tender feelings, possibly someone with very strong water in their chart. Of course, yourself being a water sign. Well, if this person, of course, we both know that your person of interest does have significant water in here. But this could also be somebody who has water in their Mars, water in their moon, water in their watery places, and their house of communication. I'll put that house of action, house of communication, house, and then the watery places, naturally watery places in their chart. I'm going to say that as well. To be all gushy. So that's what I have for secrets. It could be, but definitely I would say with my ego is too big to care and Page of Cups, there is there's an age gap. There's an age gap, and this person doesn't care how it looks. I'm going to say there's an age gap here, and this person who with secrets and my ego is too big to care, they don't care about how it looks. They're just going after their feelings. So very intriguing. Well, Hazel doesn't care what people are saying. Hazel is still in quite romantic energy. I almost wondered too. I mean, I'm not going to pull anything more because I feel this is our message right here. But I also feel with gossip and pour, the fact that swords are air, swords do refer to thought and thinking. If this could also be that Libra's energy as well. I do wonder if you had mutual people with that Libra. I'm sure that there are some things that could be reported back to you. Oh, that's too much. That is too much. But yeah, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Well, I could just say that somebody is gossiping about you in poor taste. But I would also say with gossip and poor, the stuff that they're saying is not real. They're just gossiping to have something to talk about, and doesn't. And when people too, the type of person that gossips, it doesn't matter if they're saying truth or not. They just simply want to add their name to your name. They want to create a bridge between you and them, especially when you're not dealing with them. That's also too a very prevalent trait about gossip. You're not dealing with them, and they are trying to create bridges and connections between you and them. Well, you don't have to worry about those people. I mean, it's in poor taste and it's poor quality, poor actions. Nothing you have to pay attention to. Well, I want to say your age has nothing, is not their business at all in the first place. Yeah, it's simply not their business. So, Monticello, you'd have to go and make a donation. You'd have to make a donation for any personal questions. Well, even with Hazel, I still say it's none of his business. I mean, really, a woman's age is nobody's business unless they're marrying you. You know, you think about it too. So many men ask women their ages because they want to go and see, like, their or your suitability or your match with them. And I would also say people ask their age because they want to know how smart and savvy you are. The younger that you are, the more that they'll think that they can go and, take advantage of you. I'll be back in 1 second. Yes. It's all about, how savvy you are, how much life experience you have, how much can they take advantage of you, things like that. That's why they go out. No, it's yeah. I mean, they are all asking those questions for that reason. Because again, you could look at 25-year-olds, and those 25-year-olds look like, even 25-year-olds. You could look at girls in college, and they already have the same mannerisms and look like women in their 40s. And likewise, there are women in their 40s that look like they're in their 20s. And also, too, Shireen, not everybody ages the same. Yeah, we all have two arms, two legs, two this, two that, but our diet, our thoughts, our experiences, our genetics, all these things come into play when it comes down to how we age. How we age on the outside, how we age on the inside. Not everybody, just because we're all humans and we all walk on two legs, it doesn't mean that we're all aging at the same rate. Yeah, so that's why I think too, like the whole concept of age and you don't look your age, all of that is just it's BS. I don't know how old you look, but I think what strikes me when I saw your two photos was just how pretty you are. And then I love literally the two types of looks that you had up there. I just see someone who's very pretty, very vivacious, and very smart. No one's fool. Brains and beauty. That's what I see. My cat wants lettuce. And also too, think about it like someone who's that age and they've already had, like, X amount of children and X amount of relationships and X amount of this and X amount of that. They're obviously going to age differently than someone else who hasn't been doing that. Yeah, that's what I think it is. Because as I said, you could look at people who are in their teens and people who are in college, and they look old. They do. No, they don't. They do like your energy. Very, very cute, right? I definitely think that pets, excuse me, that pets find you when you're ready. That's very cute. I've been almost getting really close to getting a dog. Last fall, I almost got a German Shepherd. A couple years ago, I almost got a Great Pyrenees. You know, these big dogs. But things just didn't quite work out. And I was thinking, well, maybe not yet. And each time that happens, I go through like this big shift where it's like, no, I can't take like a dog that's like 85 or 100 pounds with me. That's a sign. Sure. What's your next question? Yeah, send me the picture. Let me know when you sent it and I'll take a look. Send it over and let me know when you sent it and I'll go and take a look. Okay, I'll be back in just a second. Okay. So one more second. Okay, so I see very, very interesting. Would you like me to take a look at that, at the meaning of you coming across that? Okay, sounds good. Will do. Okay, let me know when you're ready. Okay, I'll be back in one moment. Okay, there we go. Fairy baby doll in the park. What was the universe trying to tell you? All right. Let's see. First of all, help is on the way. Someone's coming that will believe in you, that believes in you. I do read my Knight of Cups as Scorpio. This person will help you. This person has an athletic build. This person could have a significant fire in their chart. This person is also someone who is very impulsive. Once they have made up their mind, they're going to go for 1,000%. They don't quit midway. This person, if I didn't say so, should be muscular, athletic, perfect body. This person doesn't overthink things, doesn't have a tendency to overthink things. They would much rather put their thoughts and their ideas into action. It's that kind of personality. This is what's coming towards you in a little bit of time. And a little, yeah, this is PETA with Knight of Cups. This is someone who's built. And then someone who also, too, won't turn into flab. They should be a very dynamic, charismatic type of person. Think King of Wands energy. This person has a lot of fire, either astrologically or they have a lot of fire in their personality, or both. This person is definitely not a weak person, weak personality. This person will help you. You're getting help soon. This person is really, really going to like you. Romantic help, you're going to, or romantic like. This person, moreover than not, just know that this person will believe in you. You can heal with this person. This person should share their resources with you, will want to see you comfortable. In a bit of time. In a bit of time, help is arriving. That's the message that I have here. In a bit of time, you're having someone who will believe in you, someone who will honestly help you. Someone who also, too, is very attractive. Be a little patient. Yes. Be a little patient. Could be in 4 weeks, could be in 4 months, but this person is coming. Well, perhaps that could grow into a baby. As I said, we have helper, like, heal, money, and the person is good looking, and it's male energy. You could go and very well get a baby with that sort of energy if you'd like. And this isn't This isn't, oh, really? I'm sorry to hear that. That's horrible. Well, the message here is to heal, and that you're getting someone here who honestly will believe in you. They'll honestly want to be a part of your life. They will honestly put forth all their resources to help you, and they'll want to see you at your best. You have a blessing coming, Shireen. That was that sign. And then I said, I have no doubt with somebody in that energy. In fact, no, I was going to say the top of the deck energy here is like handsome. Handsome and yet humble. Well, I have someone with water and fire. Of course, Four of Swords is Libra as well, but this person is someone who will heal with you, and someone who you will be very attracted to, someone who will be very attractive. Of course. We need to have handsome husbands, Shireen, so we have pretty babies. I want my husband to be handsome, tall, fit. And I want him to have money, and I want him to support what I do. I don't want him to look at me and go, oh, well, you made money before. You could go out there and do this and that and bring back like a lot of money. I don't want someone like that. I don't. I have cats. There was someone who I liked a few years ago, but then I found out that he was false. Didn't take that long either. If you really liked me, and if this was like going to be forever and ever, like you said, then why are you putting so much effort and trying to push everything for now? Thank you. No, I don't have kids. I would like to have children. I'd like to have multiple children, but I don't know how that'll all turn out. I hope and I pray, but I won't settle. If I don't get who I want, I won't budge. Well, I'm already between two ethnic groups. So I doubt I can meet somebody who comes from the same sort of makeup that I do. And you know what, too, thinking about it, I wouldn't even want someone who came from the same makeup that I did, because I'm not really crazy about my father is a deadbeat. I don't want anybody or anything that reminds me of him. Yes, this is a very, very intriguing person. It is. I think that just comes down to like the cultural nuances. Yeah. My father has refused to speak to me my whole life. And then as soon as I started to achieve things, like it's like I'm the only one of his children that went off to college. I'm the only one of his children that actually held a career and at a top level for it. You know, like management level, etc. Yeah, he like before he just didn't deal with me, never said a word to me before, and then now it's like because I guess I'm better than his other kids. He really is. It really is jealousy. My mother told me a story that when I was first born, he had a job that had him going back and forth every couple of months and then coming back home. And my mom, initially, when she first had me, she took me all the time to the beach. And I, being out on the, I got very tan, got very dark. And then one day he came back when my mother, I guess it was cold or no longer beach time or whatever. And then he saw that I was lighter. And then he said, "Oh, I'm so surprised. I thought I was more beautiful than her," because in his culture, the lighter you are, the prettier you are. And he literally was upset the fact that I was more fair than him. Yeah, right, right. But anyway, but I could see about your, yeah, yeah. Yeah, don't answer like, people who's wishy-washy and they can't be consistent. You can't count on them when you need them. That's just as bad as not being there in the first place. Yeah, it's very curious, isn't it? Who is he? Who is he? Yeah, that's what I've been like, sort of like, I definitely don't want anybody who reminds me of my father. Mm, that sucks. You know what I think is the most important thing, Shireen, for people, for a man, the most important thing for a man and the most important thing for a woman? It doesn't matter who they are or how young they are, how old they are. I think if a man decides to be a parent and if a woman decides to be a mother, if a man decides to be a father, like if they decide to have children, I think the most important thing for that man is to be a father, and the most important thing for that woman to be is a mother. And nothing is more despicable than when they don't do that. If you want to ask who it is, we could take a look and see, because this is coming towards you. Exactly. Exactly. I think that's the most important thing, that if a man or a woman decides to, like, the most important thing in their life, if they decide to be a parent, like, that man should be a father, and he should be wholeheartedly the best father. And likewise, if that woman decides to be a mother, she needs to be, the best mother. And when they fail on that, that's disgusting. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me just see. Thank you, Shireen. I only have one cough drop left. No, my money is so low too. Ah, okay, I'm back. No, I was just like looking at my. I had a coughing thing, and I was just getting into my cough drops. I have one left for the day. Mm.
let's see a question. Let's see now. Ah, the mystery. The mystery. Now, I think we should change decks for the mystery. Let's see. Let's get these pussycats going. These pussycats. Now, let's see. Who is this? Do you know this person? Let's see now. Right? Do you know? Let's see. Let's see now. Who is this person? This hunka. A burning love. All right, let me look at these out the back of these. They're more kitty cats. This one seems to say, this card here seems to say something about aha. To me, it says the spirit of. Let me see. Went off for a moment. Let me go in my settings. I'm skipping a lot. Hold on, Shireen. Hold on. Okay. Shireen. Hold on. Okay. No. And I turned off my Wi-Fi. Okay? I turned it off. So hopefully this is better. Sometimes when you're up in the mountains, not sometimes, just about every time, it snows, it's rain, it does this, it does that, it's windy, all the things. But I guess it's the same thing if you live in the city. Oh, yeah, I turned off the Wi-Fi. I mean, there's 2 Wi-Fis, and there's no Wi-Fi, and there's, my plan. So I have 4 plans, So you got to try one of the 4, one of the 3. All right, now, let me go back to looking. Sometimes, this one wants to say something. This right here, maybe it's time. This card. See that? All right. Let me see, hold on. This is a little loaded one. This looks like a little weight. Let's see now. I think too, before we get into your reading, there's something about this communication. It's obviously we're being like, who's that? Someone. Oh well. Something, it's like eating candy. Like candy tastes really good, and then you find out later that candy rots your teeth, right? It's like, oh, so all these types of things. All these, my male niece, he's talking to me, and I put him in his cubby because he was being aggressive, and I'm wondering if he has to go potty. I'm gonna let him out. Hold on. Okay. Cat is out. We shouldn't have to clean up any messy. Well, anyway, I really think that now they got us hooked on internet, right? They're really planning on something. They, the movers, the whatever, the chess piece movers. So anyway, let's go back to this. All right, now I'm ready. Now, we said this card here. Let's see. This is throwing out an idea. I have the Empress. Ooh, the Empress. Do you know them? It sounds like, first of all, this looks like my Chame. But I would say there's a strong possibility that you do know them. You do know this person. This person. Because it's almost like an Empress holds court, right? An Empress has people around her. And she doesn't notice what she does, but she doesn't, spend each time with each one. Do you understand what I mean? Priorities. Maybe that person isn't high on your priority list. For whatever reason. Could be. Could be. Could be. But it's somebody, I would take this as somebody around you. It could be a gaze from afar. We don't know that yet. But it's someone, excuse me, it's someone around you. The Empress. Yes. It's someone in your circle. Someone circling around you. Oh. And this is no sloucher, but it's a person who has watching. He's been watching you, and he's been pacing you, and he's not an impulsive type person. No, this person is like looking, watching, understanding, studying, and with patience, not with evil stalker intent. No. This is just thinking before he would act. Interesting, right? Interesting. Now the next one. Ooh, loaded. The guy's loaded. King of Pentacles. That's why he's so calm. He has his stuff together. The King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles. Look at this energy. The King of Pentacles. It's him. And then studying temperance. Waiting for the right time. Studying the situation, being mindfulness, not like a stumbling, bumbling bubblehead. No. The King of Pentacles. And he views, look at this, and you, the Empress. This person. Now let's look at this next card. I would say so far, yes. But you have been internalizing other things so much that this person, it's almost like you look at that eye. Not a stalker eye, but an eye. Nobody. Let's see. No one and everyone. And this guy is excuse me. King of Cups. A declaration of love. A declaration of passion. Yes. You know this person, but for some reason you have not really looked, really saw. Yes, you know this person. You know this person, but he's not flashy. But he is flashy, you understand? He's not somebody who throws everything all out at once. No, but he has it all. He has it all. And he has a declaration of passion, love. So I would say, yes. This is exciting. Someone in your circle, or someone not in your circle per se, not like, but someone in your view, someone knows you, someone in your path of contact, I guess in your aura, in your outreach, something that the Empress would have. So, yes, a flame is lit and wants to come towards you. That's interesting. Someone smelting with passion, with amor. And look at this. And he's healed, well respected. King of Pentacles. A man who understands his woman. He wants to understand his woman. His, mine, not ours. His. And he's been waiting, watching, waiting, knowing, and patient for you to notice. So I would say, yes, someone is this person knows you. Yes, aren't they? The cats are. Look at that little one. Chibi, when he was little, he was just like this. He was so cute. He was he's such a masculine looking kitty now. Cats around, I guess, when they get like, I forget exactly, but 8 months, 9 months, something like that. Their heads, male cats, their heads get wider, but they stay very narrow until they sexually mature, actually, or start to. But he was such a little cute little thing. Silly too. I do love seal points. So yes, I would say this person has been watching. He's been watching you for a while, actually. He's been watching and waiting for the right time, as they say. I love you long time. That's a bad imitation, but you get the idea. The person has been waiting. And I think that now the wait is over. Over. Of course, it's all up to you. Yes. Oh, a handsome hunk of man who's loaded and who is not impulsive, not a jackass. Hell no. No, not a foolish man. A man who has a career. A man who can provide. A man who's steady. A man who wants his. Not ours. No, his. Take this cough drop. Found another cough drop. It's nasty weather today. Oh, it's hideous. Could be. Could be. Could be. Could be. Could be. I gotta get scissors. Hold on. I got these cough drops, and I thought they were hard. They're hard on the outside, but then they have some sticky stuff in the center. It comes in like this pack, or something like that. But yeah, God, it's so strong. But anyway, I gotta take one. But you know what I find about body type? Once you're like turned on by a certain body type, I think you, I mean, you take like Dr. Spock. I mean, Star Trek, the original series, like, the skinny guy with the big ears. I mean, he had a fetish. I don't know what his wife was like or anything, but both people are long dead. But he has a book of, he used to go around, his ideal type was, to photograph anyway, obese women. And you don't find that many obese women, right? But when you have your type, you have your type. And I think like you have your, not to make the same kind of analogy, but I have a type, you have a type. It's similar. But, that type is like, that type, you have that type, so your mating urge, our mating urge is just coming in like a stapler. I mean, it hits that one. It doesn't mean it's Hazel. It could be like someone, you like that body type, which I'm trying to say. It's not meowing, Coachy Cool. Coachy's meowing with his big meow, as you can hear. Mm. Yeah. Right? I think I'd rather have a couple of dogs or something. I haven't slept with a dog, but the idea of all that blubber is like, I think a big dog or a big animal would have more firmness to it. But I can imagine being like, stuck in all that mush mush. Hey, whatever turns you on. Some people like that. I don't know. Whatever, right? Whatever. Makes you happy, go for it. Wow, that's interesting. But we do know Hazel is kinky. Kinky. And he's not loaded. Right? That means that you'd have to work lots. Some of them are. I think it's just our culture is just like so sexualized too. I mean, both. Western culture is just like seems to reward the what ifs, the picadillos. It always did, always does, and probably always will. But you know, that's not building blocks, right? It's not being kinky. Scorpios, yes, and Aquarius are too. I mean, being funny is funny, but kinky is kinky. Right. But when you are like throwing it out your kinks like a fishing net, that's not fun. It's a lot of disease. It's a lot of emotional roller coasters. It's not nice. Give it, it's not worth it. I mean, peace of mind and building up a relationship is positive, especially in this crazy BS times we're being living in. When so many things to you realize, like so much of this stuff is just an assimilation. So much of this is just to provoke a certain reaction. Fear, 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 fear. Be afraid. I mean, I was looking at like the Daily Mail and the Daily Mail, of course, and just like all the articles, they're just like, oh, terrifying. Oh, be afraid, and killed, 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 murdered, murdered, murdered. Only this age and dead. I mean, oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. I'm gonna have to throw the tinctures on. I'm just thinking. Tinctures. Sorry. Cleanse. No, we have our mission. We have our stuff we have to do. And we can't allow the lower elements, right? I mean, lower elements are not the foundation. The lower elements are just like diversions. See, yes. I guess in a way that's what rain is like too. Rain is cleansing. It's amazing how fast like leaves sprout. But seasons are really interesting, aren't they? Time for this, time for that. And spring, mid spring, another 6 weeks and it's summer. Like the fertility goddesses goddesses are out there full fledged. Thank you. I'm curious. Who is it? I know, but it's somebody who is not ostentatious, but firm. You can tell quality. You know, it's like he wears good fabric and good materials. He has a nice calm walk. No, 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 nice body. You got that already. I mean, T-shaped body. And, you know, nice neck. Nice neck. Nice neck. See, I have a beard. I don't know, but he has a good chin. And he has playful yet serious eyes. Nice long legs. Nice long legs. Small tush. You know, almost like a swimmer's body. Almost. Good sized feet. Man with small feet is kind of strange. Good sized feet. A feet that could carry weight. Not his weight, your weight. And what you want to do. He can carry responsibility. A responsible man. A masculine man. Imagine that. Yeah, I don't like small feet. Small feet. Well, what I just see right now is a nice neck. No, man boobies, nothing like that. Nice T-shaped torso and long legs. Good sized feet. 11s, 12s, at least 12s, 11s, 12s. Good quality shoes too. Even though I'm very partial to brown Italian shoes, I do see black shoes. I do see dark shoes. Sneakers, not shoes. So that's what I see so far. I see size 12 feet, something like that. Size 12 feet. Dark shoes. Not sneakers. Good chin, good neck. Nice ears too. Nice ears. Nice ears. Yeah, nice ears. Nice ears. I just see the rim of the ear, and I kind of get like a little pinkish to it. Just the rim, the outside of the ear could be his special little spot. Outside of his ear, or the outline of his ear. Good hands too. Good hands. Not the gnarly little things, no. He has good hands. He's careful where he puts his hands too. That's kind of the messages I'm getting so far. Okay? Yeah, good hands, me too. I can see those hands. Nice, well-formed fingers. Long too, because he's a big man. He's a tall man. He's not a little man. Yeah, I see an almond. Oh, yeah. Wow. That's good. Yeah. Well, they keep on like, it's just so strange. They keep on saying people are going to be getting shorter and shorter, right? That's what the genealogists keep saying. However, How come I can't understand? How come the robots, like like Tesla robots, are like 6 feet tall, right? 6 feet tall or taller. I mean, the ones they're showing us are 6 feet tall. And I mean, those cute little fat ones, are like Star Warsy R2D ones. No, I'm talking about the ones that are like doing the work. Military ones, the factory workers, robots. They're all like 6 feet tall, and they're made out of steel, and they're all black, right? Humanoid looking black 6 feet things. And yet they tell us humans that we're getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And it's just kind of like some kind of conditioning. That's a conditioning factor. It's weird, isn't it? That's weird. Oh. I'm not going to go to the eyes yet. I'm still working my way around the ears, the chin, the long neck, the good neck, the chest, stomach, long thighs, long, good calves too, not chicken legs. Good calves, manly calves, big feet, actually, good sized feet. And I see a walk that's, you know, feet firmly planted on the ground. Not like doo 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 doo, none of those dipsy walks. No. Yeah, I know. It's so creepy with these damn robots. And then they seem to, I mean, not they, the industrialists, the manufacturers, the corporate people, the people who manage to like give up their very souls, their minds and their bodies to power over others. They gave up their humanity so they could rule. That's why I think that basically this is more than one species on this earth. And that's why I do believe there's more than one species, sincerely, because it's just too far out, too repetitive, too. The same sagas over and over and over again. As if to, I mean, there seems to be a looping going over, a looping. There's always chaos, there's this, there's famine, there's this, there's zombies, there's this, there's that, there's robots, there's this, there's destruction. I mean, back and forth, back and forth. The same loop. Loop, loop, loop. But there cannot be any more new stories. Even when I think that when like Disney keeps rewriting and retelling the same old stories. What's the purpose of that? I'd say lack of imagination or can't go any further. I think things are absurd. Thank you. I think things are really, really absurd. When you stop to think about it, I mean, it just seems so. What? Are you kidding me? I mean, it just seems like. I mean, everything is like tonality, like the way you say something. And then when you see the pattern, like when you watch like, I guess television or any type of advertising, I mean, AI machines are telling us like, what does machines go? Toasters go dark, medium, and light toast, right? And it seems to be that artificial intelligence in terms of propaganda is still in the dark, medium, and light. And then they have all these categories, and they're so well worn. I mean, it's erosion on our mental brain because there's no more trees can sprout, no more. It's just like it's tiresome and it's crap. It's crap. I mean, the divinity in all of us are being always like I think that our parents and our parents' parents fell for a lot of stuff because they were just so unaware of awareness, right? Babies. I could. I could. In the future, I could. right now, I think that there's like, first I want, how do I say it? First I want everyone to realize just that how crazy and nonsensical everything is. And then when you realize just how nonsensical and, you know, 1 and 1 does not equal 2 in this stuff that they're saying, this matrix, this, you know, this like this is the way it is, this is reality, then I think that I could like speak about babies. Because I mean, you have to be so savvy today. I mean, you always had to be savvy, but now more and more people are just like dumbstruck, and they allow so many other things, or at least there's more of a battle because these other things have more of a collect. It's almost we have like zombie. We have a zombie mentality. I think they have like, didn't they have some kind of zombie virus or something going on somewhere? Somewhere, some bug bites you, or some snake bites you, something bites you, and you like lose your sensibilities or something for a while. Gray eyes, gray eyes, gray eyes are very pretty. I used to love green eyes, really. But right now, I think I want like intelligent eyes. I want, you know, I think that, you know, as soon as we're born with everything that we need. And I think schools and, you know, the Rockefeller school system that we've been, you know, inundated with since conception in the United States anyway. Probably in England you have something similar. Um, that they beat that stuff out of you. They like suppress it. It's like they put like a lock on it, like your natural gifts. Only a few people are allowed to express part of their natural gifts. Did you? Ah, really? Ah. But basically, right now, I want an eyes that sparkle. Eyes that sparkle with intelligence, with humor, with knowledge, with. Do you believe that? Humor is very important. A gruff person is like hard to be with. People that have no humor, that like, well, you know, you have to love the person you're around. And don't be around with anybody you don't love. That's horrible. Just being around with someone because they're around, that's a drag. That's a drag. Only be around people you love. I think that's number one. Otherwise, you know, even if you have a pet lizard, and you love that lizard, it's hard to be around a pet lizard and then to be around people that you don't, you know, that you don't like, you don't love, right? Because then you start to rely. You have no reliance. At least when you and your lizard, let's say, or something similar to that, you know where you're at. You're the provider. You're the keeper. You're the force. Right? Don't waste your time with people you don't love. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Yeah. Ah. Well, when you think of the world stage, and you think of we're all the world, I mean, trying to do this, trying to do that. Yeah. Exactly. No matter whom they may be, too. Whether they be your family members, your so-called friends. Like I have a friend for a long time, and I let things slide just because, well, just because I'm just more independent. I'm more independent. I don't need to have all those. Like some people, they really need to have. It's like for instance, I've been sick, right? I don't go to doctors for colds. No, I don't go to doctors. I don't. It's something that sickness is something that has to be mentally dealt with, and of course, food dealt with, right? But it is also a state of mind, and I think when you're sick, and this is just me, but like you got to take control of your body. Like, where is this element? Where is this virus? Where is this germ? Not virus, germ. And then I got to starve it out. And then I'm feeling sorry for myself or anything like that. That's just feeding my germs. And then I go, I'm going to get this germ, like eating garlic. Like I got up about 3 o'clock this morning to eat garlic. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I know that's the whole thing too. Who accepts you? You just gotta, you can't live a lie. You can't be somebody you're not. You can't be a hypocrite, which is what many times, like if you don't do what I say, if you don't be who I say you are, you're supposed to be some sort of insane, raving, mad person. And that's not so. That's not so. That's not so. You go get something to drink. I'll be right back. I'm back. I'm drinking Sabla coconut. Yeah, I know. The most important thing is you have to respect yourself. And you can't respect yourself if you're living a lie. And then the people, I mean, you can get on that train and be like a thousand millions of other people who people pleasers. I'm gonna please my family and I'm gonna do this because they want me to do this. Not because I want to do it, because they want me to do it. Or my friends expect this of me, so if I want to have friends, I gotta do this. Or, and it's always my boss, my friends, my neighbors, my this, my that. And then you're dead, right? What kind of life was that? Pleasing. Did you have any self respect? And then they'll go and they'll step on your gravestone and go, oh, that person was always a good person. Boo hoo. You have to go through a lot to realize being a people pleaser is, is nothing. It's like losing a little bit of uniqueness that you can put together. And because I mean, once you start exploring who you are, it's just a tip. Then you realize that humankind has been through a lot. And that a lot of it is unsaid. And then you realize that those stars up there don't look like just twinkly things. They're probably planets. They probably have life on them. And the ones I can't see is the ones I should be more concerned about. And what happened to the old civilizations, right? What happened? What happened to the old times? And are we de-evolving steadily? Robots? We can't write anymore. We can't do that. Exactly. That's why they want to have you, a people pleaser is fitting into a narrative that others find acceptable. Acceptable, right? Acceptable, predictable. Acceptable is predictable. That's what it is. Acceptable is predictable. I know what you're going to say before I know you. And then as soon as you're out of that realm of who are you? What do you do? No, you can feel the tension. This is this is something that I might have to protect myself over. This is something, yeah, because I mean, if you're a people pleaser, you're predictable. I can, it's almost like the 10-step drug problem or a booze problem. I mean, there's like, you're multiplying tables. You're a mathematical algorithm once you're predictable and a pleaser. When you're not a pleaser, a people pleaser, yeah, it is. It is. And then you know exactly, like your teachers know how to react to you. Because, I mean, we're not that unique in a sense of trained, scripted scripts. We're all following scripts. I'm going to be a good person. I'm going to be a bad person. I'm going to be a selfish person. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that. I mean, like, those scripts are just like ready to fly off. Typewriters, laptops, impulses. I mean, these frequencies are being fed into us too through Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi isn't a very simple thing. It's very taxing on the body. It's very demoralizing. It's a very powerful agent of sound, light waves. Very, very powerful. Right. Even though too many people, they can't, like, we're dealing with, I guess, in the last, I don't know, 40, 50 years, whatever. Bert and Ernie, Sesame Street. Every 2 seconds, there was another thought in front of your head. Keep you jumping, keep you jumping, keep you hopping, blah, 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 blah. I mean, act, 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 act. And instead of like having reflective actions, instead of learning methodology in a stimulating, mind invoking, grassroots foundation manner, we were learned in a Warner Brothers, or what do we call it, cartoon manner. I mean, and that's not, and stupid little things too. Stupid little things. Stupid little things. So you would have a 2 second attention span. now we have now we have like Bluey, and now we have shows that like, this is what you will do. Almost like robotic programming. You will sit for 8 hours, and then you will chase bugs. And then, na. It's weird. It's weird. I mean, and then you take like back in, I don't know, before the World War, the 20s or 30s, whatever, they had, this Popeye, Sailor Man. I mean, and the way that they spoke, and oh dear, and then all this like punching and it just, again, it was body shaming in many ways. Brutus, and also it was not high into stuff. No, it was make fun of others, make fun of like thought processes. Yeah, because I mean they want that way to go. I was purposely trying to. I mean, I got tired of the radio. I mean, how many times can you listen to all those stations, all those songs? So now my latest thing is keeping on the sound off, but keeping the television on. Cable is on. I mean, I'm getting kind of sick of it, but I am sick of it. I mean, but it's been like a history lesson, I guess. Yes, I think that like at some point I will. I think at some point I will. Really, you know what I really love? Films that I love. I love the films of like just simple ones, like the slow ones. Watching squirrels eat, birds feed, drops, fishies. I love nature. Yeah. No, I love slow things. I'm no longer into watching. I mean, really, like filming, unless it's just nature, slowly. Like today is a kind of a hushed sound, with the rain coming down. But I swear, like this is like we had 4 days of rain. I think a day and a half of no rain, and now we have rain again, and it's cold and nasty. Yeah, yeah. I do have like lots of stories I wrote, poems too. You know, it's you want to think about the publishing. Well, one thing too, it's really fabulous right now. What's going on? You know, you're a part of it too. It's like we're recognizing that before they used to have gatekeepers of. I mean, they still have gatekeepers of information, but culture is different. I mean, like even I mean, like they can't. It's hard to control certain. Yes, you can control things, but the richness is more diversified, and I don't mean because of background per se, but because people don't have to go through a casting couch to get certain things aired out. I mean, they still do, but you don't have to. Now they say, oh, if you want a sponsorship and blah blah blah, but you know, still things could be done. Yes, but you know, it's kind of weird though that when you think of all this stuff they put in the skies and then the rain makes it all come down on the ground. And we're gonna instead of having that's what I mean about the absurd things that people can't deal with what is going on. I had this physics professor, we were friends, and but yet he was still trying to like, you know, put out company policy in terms of like chemtrails and stuff like that. Other contrails, the stuff that comes out of the airplane. No, no, you idiot. I mean, you know, I mean, when people still saying stuff like that, or you know, I mean, these obvious things, they never want to let go. That's one thing about people pleasers. They don't know after you've been pleasing for people for so many years, you know, to get the money you want, to get this you want, that you want, that when you finally come supposed to come clean, you're incapable of even having an original thought anymore or a real thought. I mean, you're just spewing policies. Yep, you lose out on yourself. Exactly. And who knows your life purpose more than you? Not your mother, not your father, not your sisters, not your brother, not your aunts, but you. And that's what I think that school should all be about. Finding out your life's purpose, not like, well, we need some plumbers or we need some teachers or we need some whatever. Yeah, it's scary when you think about how much real thought goes into crunching down the masses, crunching down people, keeping them subjugated lab rats, keeping them like farm animals. Even farm animals, they don't deserve that. Cows, I mean, I'm a vegan, of course, you know, I said that. Cows don't deserve, I mean, their family, they have their family units, they have their hearts and their souls. Everything has a heart and a soul. It's kind of nauseating. I'm not going to go there. Cleanse, 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 cleanse. Sorry for the ears. Now, our life purpose, we have to find it. Make ourselves strong. We have to bridge through this absurdity. War, violence, fear, shame, guilt. Search for the path of knowledge. Search for the path of light. Follow the light. Don't just eat popcorn and watch. Get out there and do it. Do what you say. It's your life's purpose, your mission. Find it. Yes. Yes. We can't be let ourselves get trapped. And that trap is like a spider web. It's like an octopus. It's like it's like seaweed. It's like weeds in the sea current. It's algae. It's this. It's that. Yeah, no. Break away. Break away. Clear the air. It's gonna rain all day today. True. I think, well, basically, spell work. Spell work is just gathering the spirits. Like when I take my hand and I go like this. I can feel the energy, the ether. I feel a different type of touch. I feel it's different. Now when I go like this, and go like that, I know where I'm going after. Going like this is different than this. This. It's different. I feel the air is thicker. I mean, not heavier. It's more concentrated when I go like this. I could feel it's almost like putting my hand through cream, lemon meringue, some kind of foaming sea foam, something light, light. It's different, when I go like that. I feel, I can feel. I can also feel where energy's coming from, when I go, it's a state. No, it's more than a state. It's an awareness. I can feel heat, I can feel this, I can feel that. But when I just gathering, it's just a different type of thing. When I do spells and move my hands in the ether, there are spiritualists who are so powerful they can manifest form in this ether, ectoplasma. The air it's not heavy, it's just like cream. To me, it's like cream. But it depends what, you bring in. You bring in, and you leave out, 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 out. Now, you need out. Mm. But it's, it's so strange. So many things are so strange. And yet so simple. It's so strange that it's so simple. And it's so strange that people can't accept it. That the fact that it's so simple. It's strange. Hmm. Anyway. Yes, hands are great. Hands are great. See, hand energy, the energy itself is very powerful. But that's, I think, that so many governments, so many people are fearful if people collectively use their light energy. And that's where they have this scary talk about religions, different religions, and stuff like that, because religions attempt to, and does in some parts, succeed in gathering the light energies. However, there are, it's not so simple as just having things under one mantra. It's not so flagship. Humans are very complex, and our diversifications, our goals, they're much more diversified than is even imaginable at this point on a mass level of awareness. Much more. And that's the whole point, is to keep people contained, because it's fearful. If you get a whole bunch of people that can have psychic energy, they can move things with their minds, they can speak to each other, they this, they that, they this, they that, where would the control factor be in? That would, somebody would be thinking, how will we control these people if we allow them to be really human? Right? How would we do this? How would we control? How would we control the scene? How would we be boss? How would we be boss if I can't hear what you're saying? If I can't watch what you're doing? If you can move things without me telling you to move them and to where to move them to? How can I be boss? So that's why we have our society stuck on eating, shelter, where you're going to sleep tonight, where you're going to be, where you're going to be, pay this, pay that. I mean, it's so in the crapper. That's why our society sucks, because we're not taking care of our society's needs. We're not advancing as a society. And then this whole thing of you got to be like 2 years old, you got to be this, you got to be that. And then what do you know? I'm an expert. Yes, you know your mouth and you know how to wipe it, essentially. Essentially. Now, I don't mean to be so basic, because culture is a beautiful thing, a very beautiful thing. But the way it's utilized down, filtering down to the masses, is a disservice. So you might as well just keep it, well, might as well, that's where it's all being leveled off at. Yes. And the reason they have these phones is so you can't develop your real selves. Look at the beautiful churches, the beautiful architecture, the beautiful sculptures, the beautiful temples. I mean, look at all the beautiful things before you had to get a license, before you had to go X amount of years to graduate school to learn how to do anything. I mean, didn't have these things before. A real they just did them. Look at the pride. When they say now a plumber, they mean for you to have a screwdriver and a wrench and plug, put your hands and your soul into somebody's toilet. Before tradespeople, they were artists. They could make things. They were architects. A tradesperson, I mean, they knew the touch of something by the smell, by the smell of it, by the touch of their hands. They knew if it was granite, what type was. They knew these things, and now we make knowledge to be so. Oh, you don't need to go to college. You don't need, which means translation. You don't need to know crap. I mean, you don't need calling something useless degree, time to study, time to ponder, time to question, time to shed the training you've had before, the regimentation, the beating down, the beating up, the bullying, all these things. So it's, I mean, things are very simple. I mean, if you started school and let's say the first thing everybody did was make yourself a pair of clothes, because you would have no clothes if you didn't make them. Let's just say you had to like just make clothes and feed yourself. How would you do that? You could spend about 4 years, at least 4 years, how to basics, right? Make food, and I mean food that not that you slaughter or hunt. I'm saying how you would like have a create things that you could eat, create vegetables, or let's just say beans, lettuce, and then sew. How do you, a pair of pants, a pair of panties, underwear, and how would you wash it? How would you keep it clean? That could be another grade up. So at least when you got out, you were in the fourth grade or so, you would learn how to do the basics. By the time you graduated, you would know I can at least cover my naked self and put some food in my stomach. Right? But what do you get? I'm not saying not to have mathematics and physics because that's very important. But I'm saying things learn how to survive. Right now, if we didn't have manufacturing centers in some foreign country where the laborers were paid supposedly less than here, but even this, how would we have clothes? How would we have clothes? And in some, like, for one thing, you don't need to have a sewing machine and a needle and a thread to have clothes. You can weave things together with your fingers. It's true. I mean, I know how to macrame, crocheting, weaving with you can weave it with your fingers, and you can at least learn how to cover yourself, right? I mean, you can make yourself a pair of pants if you crochet it. You could. You can make yourself an outfit with crochet. Then you can just cut. The thing is cutting it up, finding it up, and what kind of materials do you use? So many things to be done, but so little time is spent even in that direction. No problem, no problem. No, I was just saying that people should be, they should be teaching sewing, of course. Anyway, I'm going to get myself another drink. I'll be back in a while, okay? Hmm. Hi. Well, let's see. Let me see. Yes, Kabaj. Yes, I like Baga. Yes, I like your Baga. Okay. I know I'm probably butchering your name, but oops. For personal readings, I must put down a donation. Yes. And you're asking three questions, two questions. Yes, but you must put a donation. I only do collective readings for free because it benefits so many people. I never know when someone out there is reaching and crying for an answer. But personal readings, personal readings, I require a donation, please. I would appreciate it. Thank you.